Exercising this morning. The weather's finally breaking, so I like to be outside. I like to be outside, okay, in the morning if I can. I love when I'm good. Gotta hear the nature sounds. Gotta meditate, journal, all the good things. So you'll be good. See what's going on in the community. I like to watch that too. So I can see how the community I'm currently in is doing. It always tells me how things are going. You can always notice the people that may be living in their cars. Um, how many people are out getting exercise. Oh, I'm an observant person. I can see kind of how the community's doing. We're gonna walk and talk this morning. I had some things that came to mind um earlier, but I was doing some other stuff, so don't hold it against me. But um one thing I do want to talk about is I put money collapsing and just random thoughts, because y'all know how my morning be. Um and I have random thoughts. So I was like, I'll start coming on YouTube more. Patreon I'm not gonna do yet. So I'm gonna change that up. You just go to my link tree, then you can find everything I'm doing there right now until I kind of shift some more things and I can truly build a community. Then I'll start building a community. And I can focus on building one um, for those who are ready. But what I want to say is a lot of people, if you're paying attention, if you following, like, I don't know, if you're following the people who are still stuck in the matrix, then you might be lost. But if you're not, you notice a lot of people are talking about they're tired of working, they're sick of going to work, not barely having anything. Nobody wants to work the rest of their life anymore. If you're hearing like Gen Z, you hear like the older generations who don't know what's going on. They're just like, oh, nobody wants to work anymore, etc. This is so bad. What are we gonna do? And I'm like, it's the global shift that's happening. If you really are studying everything, you already know what time it is, and the old world has to die. That means no more getting energy and working people to death or working people till they die, and only certain people get the benefit. That can no longer happen. Now, it's going to take time for that to change over, but we're in the dawn of that happening. Okay. So, this is why you're seeing a lot of people starting to reject all the things that used to be accepted, because the people have to reject it first before it becomes the norm, right? The collective. We're all under the collective energy, regardless if we want to be in it or not. We always have to deal with what the collective believes is true. If the collective believes the dollar has value, then we all have to use the dollar. The collective believes Bitcoin has value, then we all have to use Bitcoin. If the collective believes the grass is green, then the grass is green. So whatever the collective believes is what happens, and that's what we all are dealing with. Once you start understanding that basic, everything's spiritual at the end of the day. So whatever the collective energy is, we're all under it, right? Of course, you can meditate, pull yourself from the collective energy, um, all those things, and not deal with it. Or if you go be a nomad or buy a property, get, which a lot of people are switching to, away from smartphones and they get into the analog phones. No, those of us that know, we always keep an analog phone. Okay, but a lot of people are starting to switch anyway. That's just that's why I say everything is spiritual first. It comes from the inside out. Always. That means a lot of people are getting the same messages, right? You've seen a lot of people be like, "Oh, I sold everything, now I'm living in my van." Oh, I sold this off, and now we're building a family compound. Oh, we're um sold everything and we got a farm. Yeah, that ain't just happenstance. That means people are getting spiritual messages. Okay, the collective is shifting. And the younger generations are going to be the biggest ones to always do the shift, right? They call it revolution, but it's really a big change. So I've already covered the generations on my YouTube. You can go back and watch that video and tell you, I already told you what each generation is here to do. And every generation serves a purpose. So as Gen Z, Gen Alpha continues to age, you're going to see a lot of shifts happening tremendously. Okay, so let's talk about the money. Let's get into the money thing. America's headed to hyperinflation. Whether it's a recession or a depression, it's definitely going to hit hyperinflation, unfortunately. Now, they are doing everything to try to stop it, but we're already there. Most people are showing you, hey, 2 years ago or during the pandemic, I bought this, and now I buy this, and it's double the price, or it's 3 times the price. That's inflation, y'all. So as the Fed attempts to cut rates to try to slow it down a bit, it's also a lot of other things that are happening. Okay. This is a different time because one, the energy has shifted majorly. That's number one. Everything is always inside out. So spiritually, the energy is shifted. Okay. So you're dealing with that. We went from one age to the next age. Then you have what's happening in the physical because the energy has shifted. If you look at globally, everybody is shifting something, either their money, their government, they're having historical things. Like if you look at Mexico, it was the first time they had a woman president ring the bell for Independence Day. Nepal just overthrew their government, and elected a women prime minister on Discord. Africa, countries going through all types of stuff. Are y'all paying attention? China, Japan, everybody's experiencing something. This is why this is a different time. Not the normal things that every country experiences. We're talking about major change. This is why this time is definitely different. That's why I keep telling y'all it is a shift that is happening. And I'm gonna continue to tell you that because I don't want people, for those who I can help not to freak out. I would prefer y'all not freak out. Okay. So that's gonna be the hardest thing during the shift. The people who freak out and have no clue and then be like, oh my God, I didn't know. That's gonna be the hardest one, getting those folks through it, right? So, but as we talk about shifting and what do you need to do to be good and okay? And I'm gonna talk on it from a perspective of the average everyday citizen. I don't care nothing about, I ain't gonna say I don't care. The top 20%, I really don't pay attention to be honest. Um, because I think it should be more equality across the world, and nobody should be homeless and no one should be starving. Okay. So when you have greed at a certain level, I think I was listening to a lady. She was like, "It's 5 billionaires that have so much money as half the world population." That should never have been the case. I mean, greed is really destroying our earth. Okay, which at the end of the day, we're supposed to be protecting the earth, but we are off our job. We are being manipulated and controlled. We're in fear, so we're forgotten our post, and the earth is going to react. Well, the earth is being reacted. That's why you're having all this crazy weather. Of course, the other things that they do, but the earth is reacting too. Because the earth is gonna take care of itself. The earth is gonna survive. The earth, the earth ain't gonna let us destroy it. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Now the earth is gonna fight back before it allows human beings to destroy it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So y'all can take that however you want to. You can have all the money in the world if you ain't got no water, no air. More power to you. And those who are going underground, I already had a dream what's gonna happen to y'all. Just enjoy your time while you're down there for the time you have. Anyway, um, I don't dream often, but honey, when I do dream, it be some real stuff. So yeah, not gonna be pretty. But anyway, Back to the money thing, and I'm going to talk from an everyday average person. Okay. Because most people, if you're in the Western world, things are totally out of whack, meaning the cost of living is totally out of whack. It actually got out of whack 30 years ago, but everybody bought into the hustle culture. Everybody bought into working two jobs just to have basics. Should have never bought into that. But here we are. The collective agreed to it. So we're here. We're dealing with it. Now it's unbearable. Okay. It really was unbearable 30 years ago. Now we're 30 years into it. Now it's truly unbearable to where people are like, hold up, I'm working most of the week and I can't even feed myself or my family. That's a problem. What is going on? Nor can I afford to buy a house or have a place to live, even if I'm paying rent. The rent's too high. Okay? So now everybody's experiencing that family in the Western world. Look at it, US, UK. Anything that has Western world policies, they're going through it right now. All you got to do is go look at it. You'll find it. So, with that being said, what do you do to prepare? Because, of course, those in control, those who believe profit over people instead of people over profit, they're going to want to continue that method, right? Because they just believe in profit. They have not gotten to the point of humanity yet. I believe some parts of the Western world will. I don't believe all of it will because fear is a very strong emotion. So you're going to have a lot of things that are happening. Okay. But you want to diversify. Okay. Diversify. Diversify is the name of the game. I don't care what level income you are, you want to be diversified right now because you don't know what is going to happen. No one can predict it. No one knows if it's going to be crypto, if it's going to be cash, if it's going to be gold, silver, if it's going to be, um, controlled systems. Who knows? Nobody knows what it's going to be. Yeah. So you want to be diversified as much as possible. Stocks, whatever. And whatever that level is for you. Most people are always going to push the capitalism method of, oh, you can do this, you can become a millionaire. They're going to sell you that pipe dream. Okay? Because they're still in the matrix, which is fine. You have to have empathy for them. They haven't quite understood that that system is destroying the earth and human life. So you can't really push that unregulated capitalist system anymore. Okay? Now I'm always going to teach you how to navigate through it, but I also know it's not the structure that's going to help us have a healthy human existence on this earth. I do believe that system is going to eventually come, but it's going to come after some other generations continue to come into the earth. Okay. So anyway, while we're going through this major transition, I'm going to be here to help you through it. So diversify is the name of the game. So we're going to go with you have $100 that you can spare per month. Okay. We'll go with the minimum. Now that means you may skip a couple door dashes, you may skip a couple of coffees, you may skip a couple of things to get that $100. Okay, and you may still most people are going like if you look at it, everything is going backwards. If you can see, everybody's like a lot of people are in foreclosure. The foreclosure rate has got through the roof. Credit scores are dropping. People don't have enough money at the end of the month. All the things, okay? You could just read it and you can see. Okay? Come up on somebody now, I could tell they live in their car. Nice car though. I'm pretty sure they're fully employed. I didn't even read what it said. Oh, his car says a lot. Let me let y'all read his car. Hold on. I'm gonna have to come back and clip that. So, like I said, people are waking up. That's proof of what's going on. But what I will say is, you want to take that 100 and you want to diversify it. Okay? Because most people are going to talk to you from a perspective of, oh, you need to become a millionaire. You got to have 10,000. You got to be all the talking points. Okay? I ain't going to tell you those pipe dreams. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay? So, for the average person, because that's what I care about, the 80%, the 20%, power to you. Wish you all the best. I'm happy for you. 80%, I care about the majority of the people, because to me, when the majority of people are doing good, then you have a healthy society. If the majority of people are doing good, then you have a failing society. Simple as that. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about GDP. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. If the majority of your people are suffering, whether it's from violence, financial inequality, can't afford to live, can't afford food, your system is failing. Simple as that. That's how I look at it. So let's go to the $100 a month. What you need to do, because we don't know what the money's going to do. We don't know what they're going to do to the dollar. We don't know if it's going to survive. It's not going to survive. It's already dropping. It's dropped to 11%. Anybody that lives in a foreign country that's still using U.S. money, they'll tell you they're not getting as much for their dollar as they used to. Okay? That's a big deal because the dollar used to stretch further. Now it's starting to stretch less. That means the dollar overall is dropping. There's a lot of reasons for that. BRICS is one reason. Inflation is another. A lot of people don't want the U.S. debt, so they're starting to sell it off because they don't feel like it's backed by anything, like it's not backed by gold or anything like that. So there's a lot of things happening all at once. It's not just one thing. It's not just one thing. So you want to be diversified during this time. The $100, okay? Just get consistent at it. So you can be comfortable with how things work. That's number one. You're gonna start teaching yourself how to buy stocks, how to buy crypto. Take $10, buy crypto, take another 10, buy stock. Okay? You're gonna take about $25 of that and you're gonna buy a silver coin. Okay? Other 25, let's see, we're at 40. So 45. So we're gonna say you're gonna take another 25. No, I said 20. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. So 10, 10, 20. We'll say 50. Let's keep it at 25 increments. So you can, no, we'll keep it at 10. We'll do 10 and we'll do some 25. Because I know price of silver, you can find a silver coin on certain markets for like $25 if you really look. Okay? So do 10 in crypto, do 10 in the stock. There's some stocks out there that are performing really well. I just looked at them. That are like under $6. Okay. Under like they were under. I think I bought it though at $2 or something, and now it's like $6. So there's some stocks out there that are performing really well. But it's a lot of people talking about stocks and this, that, and other, and plenty of people teaching about stocks that are under $10 right now that they feel like they're going to rise. So really, just get on. I mean, you got the encyclopedia in your hand, so use it. Okay. So you got 10 in crypto, 10 in stock. You'll take 25 and buy you a silver coin. Okay. JM Bullion. You go buy your silver coin from. Okay. So 10, 10, 20, 25 is 45. Now, we're going to take $20. We're going to put it up in cash. Okay. So now you're at $65. Okay. I'm going to even it out just a little bit so we can get back to because I'm doing this in my head. These computers and stuff that made us not do math as well. So now you're at 65. So now we're going to take 15. That's 5, 70, 10, 80. So put it $80. So So take 15 of that. So we did crypto, we did stock, we did silver coin, we did cash. We'll take 15 of that and we're gonna put that into probably another stock. So put that into another stock, another crypto, whichever one you choose. It's gonna leave you with $20. Okay. Now whatever your spirit leads you to do with that $20 that you're going to invest for a rainy day or for you to learn how to navigate, do that with that last 20. Okay? Because it really is going to be up to your energy, your soul, and what you are supposed to do. You're going to have to learn in this time frame to begin to understand how to trust yourself, start understanding how to educate yourself, start learning what your energy is, and really get into that. Okay? So I done told you how to take $100 and get consistent with it. And by the end of the year, you're going to see some things grow. Okay? And people are like, well, I don't have this at the end of the month, so I can't do that, etc. Right? I'm telling you, this is going to be critical. So that means you were $100 in the hole for this to be $100 in the hole for this. Make it up in the next month. I'm going to be honest with you. This is what the time we're in. Because the people at the top don't care. Some of them do, but for the most part, a lot of people are caught into the structure, the system. Everybody's trying to get their own money and trying to save themselves, especially in the Western world, because the Western world has not got to a point of just caring about overall humanity yet. So it's very hyper independent, ego driven, still competition, still all man for itself. So it has a long transition to go through, right? So that's gonna be the issue with the Western world. So this is why you hear a lot of us starting to come out and use our voices to help you guys and start telling you what you need to start doing. This is why a lot of people are just leaving the Western world. They're like, the society is never going to change. It's going to be the same. It's going to constantly, withdraw and suck from the people. So I don't want to put into it anymore. And that's what's happening. That's why a lot of people are getting off the Western world country. So that's the talk on the money. I get my day started too, companies. Yeah. So let's talk on the money. So share this with somebody. Start talking to your family about certain things. Start having these deep conversations with those that will listen. Now, everybody's not going to listen, and yes, some people are going to freak out and they're going to be like, "Oh my God, I had no clue this was happening." You're going to hear this a lot come January. Oh my God, I had no clue they were cutting Medicaid, and I didn't know this hospital was going to shut down, the ICU was going to end, and this that. You'll start hearing a lot of that. A lot of people will be like, "Oh my God, I had no clue." It's not going to be sustainable. That's the thing about it, because everybody has to live on the earth together. But we got to get through the programming and the fear of it all. Now, I feel like sometimes, I don't know, I'm hoping that the Western world can get it together. I'm not quite sure because they're bought into greed over people and profit over people so much. They may not, but it ain't going to be sustainable, not in a new age. It's just not. So you know what that means. And most people, and all it is the old world is dying, the new world is coming in. The world as you know it is dying. The new world is coming in. Y'all read your Bible if you don't really read your Bible. Got too much on the outside, thinking it's outside stuff. Start putting that stuff on the inside. Start taking it in for what it is. Okay? What it really means internally. What's truly happening. Bring it down. Bring it down to the world. It's your playbook. So, anyway, that's my talk for the morning. I got my 1 week talk in. So y'all be blessed. Have a great day. Take it and or take it and leave it. Or take it and have it. I don't know. It's up to you. Plenty of people saying the same message right now. So that means all of us are spiritually getting inclined to start sending the messages out. We're giving it to y'all. We're giving y'all the practical steps to go through the chains. Have a good one.